Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Loads PC, and welcome back, more importantly, to our Rule the Waves 3 France playthrough. So, we have been doing pretty well with our playthrough. Things have been going not too shabby, if you ask me. And we managed to win the second Franco-Prussian War, although really the second Franco-Prussian War was less of a war and more of a minor skirmish. But we won it nonetheless, and that obviously is super important. Now, I would like to give a big thanks and a big shout out to Cormelin. Apologies if I pronounce your name wrong. For being a top commenter so far on this channel. Now, we last time designed a new battleship, a proto-dreadnought, one might say. I don't think it is coming into service just yet, or being ready to design just yet. It's still under its design study. But he pointed out some design flaws. First and foremost was the design flaw that it didn't have secondary gun armor, which kind of means that it's basically an explosion waiting to happen, which is never good. You know, we don't want that. So what we're going to do is once that design has kind of come back and is available for us to do some stuff, then, you know, we can set them up with some extra armor and make sure things are all good there. Elsewhere, we are building several ships. We have halted a few just to make sure that we're not spending all our money, but we are building some stuff. So we're going to step forward. Captain de Frigate Marquis is in charge of preparations for the annual Army Navy football game. He wants more time for training without impact, operational exercises. Do you even need to ask? Beating the army has top priority. Yes, it's going to slightly decrease our fleet quality, but you know what? I kind of don't care. I want to, you know, beat the army in the football game, and we did. Epic, you know, we soundly beat them in an epic game. Our prestige and fleet morale has increased. So Germany is building a new battleship. Austria-Hungary is building a new cruiser. Spain also a new cruiser, and also is building a new battleship in a German shipyard, which is interesting. Italy is building a new battleship. Japan, new cruiser. Russia, a new battleship. Spain is going mad. Well, we knew about the commissioned ship of the Alejandro, which they are building, and the Christian Colan. Captain de Viasso de Kurtengy has shown himself to be of average ability. The Navy team beats the Army in an epic game. Your prestige and fleet morale increases. Cool. So we jump forward. Not too much happening. How are we doing on our research? Now, we do have a lot of research on ship design and hull construction, which is kind of important. Our naval guns, I think we're equipping 13-inch naval guns on the Iena class, which is going to be our, as I say, proto-dreadnought. New training applied. Crews are deemed proficient in the new tactics, so we'll have a look at that in a second. Our ship, Henry IV, or Henri IV, is commissioned into the Navy. During trials, it is found the ship has trouble reaching a design speed. Well, that's not quite good. Our ship, light cruiser Algier, is commissioned into the Navy. Good. Austria-Hungary is building an 11-inch coastal battery in Austria-Hungary. The Russians are laying down a new battleship at the Imperator Alexander I class. Spain has ordered another battleship, according to this. Henri is commissioned into the Navy. Captain de Vassaux Villegris, maybe, has shown himself to be of below average ability. Tension with Russia is reduced due to random tension changes. I mean, tension is very low at the moment, which sometimes is not necessarily a good thing, because in their infinite wisdom, the politicians turn around and go, well, if everything is calm and chill, well, there's no need to, give you any more, funding. And you're like, no, please give me some more funding. So let us see the Iena class and her design. The heavy cruiser Guédon has worked up. A spy from Great Britain has been discovered. Now, to keep good relations with Great Britain, so we're going to handle it quietly and discreetly. You know, we don't want to bring stuff out and start, fights with Britain. We have our enemies in they are Germanics, but, Germany and Austro-Hungary, so those are our kind of focus. Our scientists report that they have suffered a temporary setback in figuring out the concept of improved shipbuilding steel. How dare they? However, they have also discovered a new research area: subdivision and damage control. So survivability, basically. Load more ships being built. Again, Russia laying down more battleships. Spain seemingly spending a lot of money on possibly building new battleships, but obviously we're not sure exactly how good that information is. Captain de Frigate Bergelet has shown himself to be of average capacity. Capitan de Vassor Casabianca has shown himself to be of average ability. Captain de Vassor L'Enfant has shown himself to be of brilliant ability. And Captain de Vassor Chevrolet has shown himself to be of average ability. Our scientists have told us that. So let's go. The Iena is ready. So we need to rework the design because there's problems. So as I said, this is kind of our proto dreadnought. Okay, slightly overweight, but that isn't too much of a problem. I think her belt armor is fine. Her speed is fine. She's got two 13-inch guns, which is pretty fun. Both sponsored, and then she has the secondary 7-inch guns. Give her a bit of oomph, a bit of power. But the secondary guns had no armor, which is not good at all. So let's give these at least 2 inches of armor, which does kind of mean we are a little bit now over on our, weight remaining. We will up the amount of ammo for the secondary guns. I'm just going to drop the ammo a little bit on the main guns. It'll still slightly be too heavy, but it shouldn't be a problem. So yeah, there we go. At least now she's got a bit of armor on her main guns. So with a new battleship on the way, something I think we also need to design is a new light cruiser. If we go to our current ships, and we have a look at our light cruisers, we have the Cosmo, 2-inch belt, 2-inch deck, 1.5-inch on turrets, 3-inch cannon towers, 5,600 tons, fairly well armed, actually, to be fair. What about the Sfax? Much smaller. I'm really not kind of keen on that. 20 knots. Okay, yeah, seems fine. It does have 8-inch, which is pretty bold. The Suchet, which we've seen before, I think, again, also a little bit too small. And this Surkov, again, kind of fun, very similar to the Kazumau, but what we're going to do is we're going to design our own. So let us go into light cruiser. Let us make it, say, 6,000 tons. Let's give her a speed of 22 knots, so quite speedy, ideally. Medium range, okay, because we kind of do want to make sure that she is prepped for like colonial service. Let us then redesign the ship form. So let's bring her in a little bit. She's obviously going to be a light cruiser, so she's not going to be too much smaller than she's going to be smaller, but she's not going to be tiny compared to, say, our destroyers, which we will get soon, and we'll make sure I don't make the mistake we did in a Japanese stream game, because that wasn't very fun at all. Might need to just pull the insides a little bit more on this. Okay, so just pull that in a little bit. I've kind of noticed a bit of a snag. Oh wow, no, that's far too thin. that is far too thin. Whoops. So let's just pull that in a little bit, and then just pull that out a little bit more. Yeah, it was a bit thin. I'm here for not making ships too big, but also we do need to make sure that ships are of a correct size. Okay. No, how does that look? A bit better. I think the end is a bit too weird. So let's kind of design that. So just Scoop that out a little bit. Bring that up. Bring that up. That up. Okay. You know what? I'm going to leave that little kind of bit at the back. I think it's kind of fun. Let me just kind of flatten it or make it more pointy. Let's see if I can just kind of make it a little bit more shapely. There we go. That's better. That's much nicer. A little bit more shapely. So let's go back in. Now we don't need, you know, what you call it, too big of guns on this. You know, this is a light cruiser. So let's go for 2.5 inch of belt, deck of 2 inch. Obviously, well, let's actually do that as 1 inch. Conning tower of 3 inches. Turrets 2 and 2, and secondaries of also 2. You know, we'll add those weights on when we get there. So let us add a couple of port forward, port starboard, port and starboard aft, 8-inch guns. Now then, these are maybe a little bit big. Might need to make our ship a bit different. Now, these should be quite sizable. Okay, let's give these some ammo. And I'm just looking on weight here. We're already a little bit overweight. Secondary guns, let's give this some 4-inch guns. And let's give this plenty of 4-inch guns. 10, I think, is more than enough. Casemate guns as well. Now, we're overweight by 276. So let's put turret tops as 1.5 and turrets as also 1.5. Doesn't necessarily save us loads of weight. Might be the speed. I kind of want her to be fast though, but is it worthwhile making her better armored? Yeah, I think so. We'll see if it allows us to have 127 overweight, because that might not be too bad. Let us sponsor our turrets so it seems like they can almost hang off the side. Give them a bit of a sponsor. There we go. Port forward. There we go. And port aft. There we go. Okay. So, additional armament. Actually, we might want to go back because we're going to want at least use torpedo turrets on. So deck going down to 1 just to make sure she's got that. Good. All right then. So let us design the superstructure. So okay, that can be the center. And we can put a little point in for our funnels, like so. And then let's put a little front section on there as well, like so. Awesome. Okay, so now if we auto place the guns, yeah, they go where kind of I want them actually. Although there is one missing, perhaps. One slightly hidden away. Where is this one? It is underneath those guns. So let us move that one rear, like so. I mean, we could drop these to 7-inch guns. Well, I like the idea of 8-inch guns because I'm mental like that. And then we can move these in like so. Move these slightly up as well, like so. There we go. Cool. Right, so let us just add a little bit of graphical elements. So anchor, sure. Anchor chains like so. Add visual. Let's go for stack. Stack. Exterior, narrow, larger. And again, stack. Exterior, narrow, larger. Add visual. Stack. Interior, narrow, larger. And again, stack. Interior, Where is it? There you go. Oval, interior, narrow, larger. Yeah, being silly. Okay. Let's add a boat. Let's make a boat. Let's hit like here. And we can mirror it. Good. And then obviously some masts, because we need masts. You know, you always need masts. Can't have boat without masts. See? You can't have a boat without masts. There we go. So let's make this the Austerlitz. Do we want to do that? Because the Iena class is our battleship. So maybe what we can do is call this the... maybe we should keep the grand battles for things. Maybe we can call this the Iena class and name towns after, give this towns. Now, what is it going to shout at us? It's identified this as a heavy cruiser, not a light cruiser. Is that because our guns are too big? I think that might be the case. So if we were to drop this down to, say, 6-inch guns, it would... Oh, it needs to be protected cruiser. That would help. That does give us much more weight. Unused placement. Okay, so again, 7-inch. Is that going to be the one that flicks it? Yeah, so it has to be under 6-inch guns. Okay, fine. So I'm still kind of happy with what we've got there. That actually then allows us to get a little bit more deck armor. And also a bit more belt armor as well. Can we go up? I wanted to go up to 22 knots, and it won't. Okay, we'll keep this as it is. Our ammo allowance for main guns is on a bit of a low side. Well, let's up that then, because, it's big guns. All okay. So, the light cruiser Leon is going to be designed. So, something new. A little bit more interested. A colonial crisis with Germany has arisen. You're asked for recommendations. What is your advice? Well, we must safeguard. Let's have a look at the almanac first. We have, we're almost 3-1 still on battleships with Germany. We double them in cruisers, although they are building a load. So yeah, absolutely, we are going to safeguard our interests. If it leads to war, then so be it. It's going to up, our tension with the Germans, but I don't care. And the Iena class is available. So let us build one, which is obviously going to be called the Iena. And let us set another one to be built, which we can call the Austerlitz. And we'll keep it... is it? No, it's that. We can keep that kind of going with that idea. Now, I'm going to pause the construction of the Austerlitz. And probably... What else could we pause? I mean, the Carnot could be scrapped, to be honest, because we don't necessarily need it, and that'll allow the Iena class to build. So we'll end this turn here, see if anything comes about. 2 ships have finished their working up. A little bit more building going on, but nothing too exciting. The Leon is ready to go. We don't really need to build any at the moment, but we will. And yeah, I think we'll leave it there. So the Iena classes have had their design flaws sorted. But more importantly, we have a new light cruiser, a little bit faster than our others, slightly better armed and armored. So something that we're going to use, hopefully, quite a bit in the future. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for Rule Away 3. Please remember to like and subscribe, because it is really, really significant if you do that. This is not necessarily the biggest channel in the world. It's quite niche on what we do, but I hope you guys enjoy what we do. So let's try and share that with more people who enjoy this sort of thing. But yeah, until next time, have a very, very good evening. Come join us on the Discord down below. But have a wonderful time. Bye!